we got a plea bargain process for kids are pleading guilty every day for crimes where no evidence is being presented to prove that they even actually committed the crime. All they're doing is scan these kids into accepting 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, and 50 years for crimes that were never proven. So our system is basically clogged up with a bunch of corruption. And we need to fix this. We need advocacy groups to come in and get involved into what's wrong with our criminal justice system. Our parole board system is broken. People now here is going to complete a program and they're still here 5, 6, 7 months later after making parole. This is sad. So I would like to hope that people that's listening to this podcast tonight get involved. Find out what's going on with your kids. If they tell you, Mama, I'm innocent, look into their case. Look into it. The competency. Kids are not being given competency here to determine if whether they're even competent enough to even go to court or plead guilty. But who's to say? Ain't nobody getting involved. This is why we got a broken system. As of right now, I've been serving 34, 35 years in prison for a crime that the state made me guilty for. They falsified the ballistic evidence in this case and put a dot on a piece of paper with a marker and said that was a bullet slug. And I've been there 35 years. A dot on and so now my fight will never stop because I will always fight for what's right. I've helped a lot of people get out of prison. And they wondered, Mr. Plummer, why come you can't get yourself out of prison? Well, because I'm a political prisoner. I'm the one who's going to stand up on the forefront and fight for your freedom as well as my own. So I'll never stop. I will never get scared of what they might do to me and when they might do it. So I will always be here. So right now, I am a part of Let's Talk About It with my co-host, Mr. Ned Johnson. And we will always be here willing and opening the doors to whoever got a story to tell and who's ever willing to come and confess their innocence and let us, get the public to review your information. So if you ever listening to this podcast, please come and join us on Let's Talk About It. And thank you, Mrs. Angela, for allowing me this opportunity to come on and
Wow. Within that Texas, that TDCJ system, boy. Um, it's not over. Trust and believe it's not over. Um, I keep telling them if they need a consultant, I'm here. I'm willing to sit down and talk to Brian Collier, who oversees the TDCJ. My teacher seems to feel like the information that I provided in that project um, qualifies me to consult them. Um, Evidently, there was something within those projects that TDCJ needs. Because if my teacher can say that, there's definitely a need. I got all my points for that paper. For that project, I got all my points. I was concerned because I was like, okay, this is really not a business. But then when I took it to them and I presented it to them, yes, it is. It's a business. They have stakeholders. They have a board of directors. They run just like a business. They take money in. They are a business. He accepted my project and I went to work. I went to work finding out about TDCJ, finding out how they operate, finding out their structure, finding out the different things, finding out some of their stakeholders. And whenever you mention stakeholders to any of them people inside any of those letters, they jump. They jump. You want to know? That's how they came over there to Dominguez because I said, let me contact some